What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Once We Are Not The Same, a magazine dedicated to shit that I'm into. It's your boy Phoenix the Fireboy, aka Mr. I'm always in black except when I'm not, aka Mr. 1000 Aliases, aka I think I need another pair of crepes even though I need 0 pair of crepes. It's not about need, it's about want. In fact, it's not want, it's Mr. Once. Welcome to another episode of whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about taking responsibility for your feelings and actions. I will divulge a bit more because that sounds a bit all-encompassing, but I'm going to break it down to the specifics. Alright guys, let's get into it. Okay, so on this episode I'm talking about taking responsibility for your own actions. And by this I mean in relation to other people. So let me give you a scenario. Person A and person B. Person A says something to person B. Person B takes umbrage and flares up. Look what you made me do, person A. Person A gives it, I made you do nothing. You did it all yourself. Person B's like, I wasn't like until you said something to make me go Person A goes, I don't know what you mean. Me? What's me? Moi? Not moi. And person B goes some more. Okay, so you get the scenario. So really what I'm saying is person A, person B should not have let whatever person A said make them go Okay, so let's talk about this. We all have situations in life, whether it be at work, whether it be in relationships romantically, or relationships with friends, or relationships with family, and we all have those situations where someone says or does something that we take umbrage to. Okay, that's life, it always happens. You might be the person who has done something that someone takes umbrage to. We've all been in both situations, the doer and the doee, so to speak. Now, this talk is really about you being person B in this scenario. Person A, whoever they may be, or whatever they may be, because person A could also be a situation, your car got clamped, or, whatever it is, it could also be a situation, so not necessarily a person. Now, the question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we going to do when these situations arise, and how are we going to react? Now, if you're a bit of a hothead, like some of us may be, then, I guess it may be easy to push your buttons, and the excuse one might use is, well, this person made me feel a certain way, so I've sort of blown my top. Pause. I've sort of blown a gasket, so to speak, and that's why I've behaved like that. And we've all been in those situations where we've tried to keep it calm and we've tried to keep it cool, but eventually we've lost our rag, or it's been a situation where we've blown up straight away. So this talk really is about how can we hold ourselves accountable and not blow up. So regardless of what situation or person A does, how can we, person B, resolve that without going outside of ourselves? I say going outside of ourselves. Our natural selves might be to, blow up and to be kind of, reactionary. That might be our natural selves, but again, we always have to live and keep learning. So how do we teach ourselves not to react to the person that we're reacting to? Now, if you get to a certain point in life, you realize that you're only reacting to, I guess, people you care about, or really, it's not always the case. Mainly people you care about, because what happens in the outside world, you might react to that as well, but those are easier for you to just go, fuck them, You know what I mean? They're just pissing me off. Forget them. I can walk away from this situation. You know, sometimes you might not, and it ends up in all kinds of madness. You know, bus driver might not stop for you, and then you end up screaming blue murder, even though they can't hear you. So, you know, in that situation, what are you doing? You're making yourself more angry. Meanwhile, the bus driver's been a dick and he's long gone. You know what I mean? Didn't want to stop at the bus stop for you, even though they could see that you were running for the bus. You know, things like that. Things like that will boil your blood. But I guess in those situations, you kind of just have to say, c'est la vie, it is what it is, you know, rather than sort of allow the red mist to bubble up and sort of infect you. So, you know, when it comes to people, more importantly, why I did this is I think we have to be able to understand that people are going to be them. They're going to be what they are. And sometimes you want them to be better than what they are. But either they have not the capacity, Shakespeare once said. Either they have not the capacity, or they just can't be bothered to tap into themselves to find out if they have the capacity. So you're on a losing streak already, because you're going to be there going, rah, 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 won't you understand where I'm coming from? And they're just going to be brick wall, or if not brick wall, putting more kerosene on the fire. So again, if they are throwing kerosene on the fire, are you going to keep blazing up into a raging inferno? Or are you just going to go, you know what? I see your kerosene and I put sand on your fire. Take that. Your fire is now out and I'm off. You know, we have to use the mechanisms within inside us that will allow us to say, actually, I'm not going to be drawn into this. Or I'm just going to do my breathing exercises or whatever, or count to 10, or whatever the, you know, thing that you do or you've chosen to do or you're working on doing is. You know, I would rather do that than explode. Now, I'm talking about this because, you know, this is something personal to me, and I realize in certain situations, only with, you know, certain persons, you know, you realize that they can push your buttons, the buttons you don't want them to push. And as much as you try and, you know, tell yourselves, actually this time I'm going to react differently, this time it's going to be different, I guess inevitably it ends up being the same. So I guess really the onus isn't on them doing the shit that they're doing that pushes your button. The onus is on us to take responsibility for us. No one can actually make you start, you know, shouting, or no one can actually make you, you know, swear and curse at the bus driver that's long gone down the road, or no one can make you, you know, get into an argument with someone on the tube, or whatever it is, you know, situations that I'm sure all of us have been in. I guess it's really just about us, and we just have to sort of start looking at ourselves, and more importantly, what we have to do is say to ourselves that no one or nothing can have power over my emotions. And I think once we start saying that to ourselves, like no one or nothing can have power over our emotions, I think then we start to realize that the onus is on us, and we're not giving away that power. And I think once we start reclaiming that power, things bother us less. It's not that we are not clued up to these things. It's just that we are now not tuned in, or we are now not invested in these things. So you missed the bus driver rode off and was a dick. Nah, that's cool. I'll walk up, or, you know, I'll wait for the next bus, or I'll get a cab, or whatever it is that is the other action that you choose, rather than the, fucking bus driver, you dickhead, wanker. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, again, the hot-headeds amongst us, you know, may recognize that reaction. So, and again, this also goes for the person who is winding you up and saying all the things that they know will elicit a reaction from you. You have to say, I can sit here and take this and actually go, And then when they finish, tell them about themselves and say, you know, I'm really not here for all this nonsense, and, you know, walk away. Or you can walk away before it gets to the point where, because you know that you might explode or blow, so your coping mechanism is to excuse yourself and walk away. Or it might just be that, you know, you shut it down immediately and then sort of change the subject or lighten the mood if it's possible. Some people you can't lighten the mood with, and it's just going to be a quagmire of darkness, so you're better off just leaving. But whatever that thing is that allows you not to come out of yourself and, you know, expose the real demon and fire inside, I think these are the little things that we need to work on. So again, this is just a really quick talk to yourselves, and once again, whenever I'm talking to you, I'm really talking to me, and it's really just, don't let anything or anyone have power over your emotions. Once you own and control your own emotions, then things are less likely to trigger those things. You know, when people say, I'm triggered, that triggered me, I'm triggered. People say that a lot, and really it's not them, it's not, I mean, it is the people or the actions triggering you, but however, if you've taken out, you know, all the ammunition, they can trigger all they want, but ain't no bullets getting fired. Oh shit! Come on, my G. Is that good? It sounded good. When I listen back, we'll know. Anyway, so we've got to take that power away from the person or the situation and deal with ourselves. You know, like, it's about daily gratitude, daily inner meditation, you know, work on the things that that bother you. So if you know, the bus driver driving away every day bothers you, you need to you know, do some meditation on not letting those type of things bother you. And if it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend that's bothering you, you need to work on those things and say, okay, these are the things that trigger me, why do they trigger me, and how can I avoid them triggering me? And it always comes back to you. It doesn't come back to them, because they're going to be annoying dickheads as much as they're going to be annoying dickheads. At the drop of a hat, you know, you could be happy and everything's gravy, and then they're annoying dickheads. It could be anything. So, you know, it could be a work colleague who just decides not to do that work that day, and then you're the one who's got to handle everything. What do? Start throwing a tantrum and being really pissed throughout the day, or do you just get on with it and then deal with that situation in a mature, you know, non jumping out of your body way? So we kind of have to put those mechanisms in place and work on them bit by bit, day by day. It's not going to be alakazam, abracadabra, shazam, all of a sudden we're better in that field. It's going to be something that takes us day by day, and we're going to have to work through, and we're going to have to come up against those situations with those people, and we're going to have to test what we've learned in those situations. You know, there's no point being at home and everything's gravy and you're like, oh, I've done so well, and then as soon as a trigger comes along, there's no, that's no point. It's pointless. So we have to find ourselves in them situations to test if our learning is actually solidifying, and yeah, that's really what it is. So this is to you, this is to me. Let's take our time and work on ourselves, more importantly, and stop putting the onus on other people to work on themselves, because if they're not going to work on themselves, that's fine, but one thing's for sure, we can work on us. So regardless of what the world throws, we can always work on us, and we can always take accountability and responsibility for whatever it is that we're putting out into the world. I know it seems tough, because a lot of us might think, you're trying to mug me off, I have to show you can't mug me off, or you're trying to make me feel a certain way, I'm going to make you feel that certain way. But really, in the end, that amounts to nothing. So short and sweet, guys. Take the onus, take the responsibility, take accountability for what you put out into the world, and what your reaction is, and what your response is to things and people. And I think that if we do more of that, we realise that we're more at peace with ourselves, and therefore all these external variables, they matter not. They matter not. They can do what they want over there. I am a vestibule of Zen. And as a vestibule of Zen, I shall not let your fuckery interfere with my Zen-like state. Gang, you know what it is. It's your boy P-Fi, aka P Buddha, aka P Zen. You guys once again have been beautiful. Thank you for watching. yeah, I hope this helped you, and yeah, take it on board and let's work together on ourselves individually. Alright, quick check today. I got a Fear of God Essentials tee on. Fear of God Essentials t-shirt. It's oversized. I've got some, let me jump out, look, I got some Nigeria, do you know what I mean? Nigeria tracksuit bottoms, Federation. And on the old feetage, I'm doing a massive faux pas. I got some Special slippers, but I'm at home. These are, you know, these are just, yeah. So, faux pas, show pas. Guys, be amazing, be real, stay true, and little increments every day. Work on yourselves. Let's all get better. Peace and love. You know what it is. This is Once We Are Not the Same, a magazine dedicated to shit that I'm into. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And once again, you guys have been beautiful. Peace.